In today's short video, I will be going over the settings that you should be playing with in League of Legends. First off, you would want to be playing with Quick Cast All On. This allows for your abilities to instantly use when you press them. So instead of, when I want to dash, instead of pressing it and then clicking to where I want to dash to, instead, when I use the ability, it dashes to wherever my mouse is. Next, when it comes to items, you want to bind these keys to keys on your keyboard that feel the most comfortable. For me, instead of using 1, I use T, and instead of using 7, I use X. These items I also quick cast, including my trinket, meaning for important items such as my warding, I can accurately ward without instantly placing it. Next, we want to scroll down to quick cast with indicator. You want to make sure that cast the press spell upon releasing another spell is checked. This means you can queue up abilities. For example, I can use my E and my W at the same time. See how I dashed and shot my W. Next, you want to go into abilities and summoner spells. This only has 2 changes in it. You want to scroll all the way down to quick self-cast, and you want to bind spell 3 or spell 4, depending on the character you're playing, to your middle mouse button. This allows you, for example, if I was playing another character such as Lysandra, to ult myself quickly without having to press my alt key while having my mouse over my character. This will save you time in the long run. Next, you want to continue scrolling down till we get into this other section. And you want to go to target champions only. You want to bind that to Z or to another button that is comfortable for you. I'll explain why later. Next, in player movement, you want to go to a player attack move click and bind that to a comfortable button on your mouse. Mouse button 4, for example, is perfect for me. This, when pressed, moves your character, but also attacks the closest thing to the cursor. So, if I bring my cursor to these wolves, I can attack move click around the wolves without having to press on them to attack them. Next, under player attack move, on the second set, if you don't like A, bind it to the other mouse button. This brings up the range that you can attack in with your character. Finally, you want your player stop position to be on S. This means when you're moving and you press S, doesn't matter when you're moving, your character will stop. This allows you to dodge abilities easier and control your character more efficiently. Next, you want to go into communication. In communication, you want to find the area is warded ping, which is towards the top, and you want to bind that to C. This allows you to access to a new ping, which shows your teammates which areas can be warded. Next, you want to go to interface. In interface, you want to make sure your HUD is on the lower settings. This reduces the amount of space this little section here takes up. Next, you want to have your chat scale on 100 so you can actually see what's being said in chat. And you want to scroll down a little bit further. You want to get to enable legacy cursor. You can either use the legacy or you can use the new and improved one. I prefer the new one. You want to scroll even further down. In chat, you want to be able to show your ally chat and all chat, as well as muting enemy emotes. Finally, under game, you want to come down to gameplay. You want auto attack unchecked so you don't randomly attack things standing next to them. You do not want to use movement prediction, but you want to use attack move on cursor. This means instead of attacking the closest target to your character, it attacks the closest target to your cursor, allowing for more accurate attack moves. Finally, under hotkeys, you want to go to camera control and change toggle camera lock to spacebar. This allows, as your thumb naturally rests on space, easy movement of the camera instead of having to move your fingers off ability keys. Finally, you want to have treat target champions only as a toggle. This was hinted at under hotkeys, abilities and summoner spells, and we bound it to Z. An example of this setting is when an enemy is hiding under the turret or under some creeps. When this setting is toggled, you cannot attack the creeps or the turret, but you can attack the enemy champion. This also works for abilities, so when I'm trying to use my Q on these creeps, it doesn't work. But when I use my Q on the champion, it does work. This stops you from misclicking minions or turrets when you want to secure kills. Thank you for watching. I'll be releasing more videos soon. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out my other videos.